Hi, this is Dorothy with Scrapbooking, and this is the project we're going to make today. This is from the September 2022 Sketchy Challenge from the Creative Scrapbookers Magazine Facebook page, and I love their challenges. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Thanks. Okay, so here we go. Here is the sketch on the right-hand side there, and the little card sketches from Atlantic Card Sketch Challenge, and the colors are from the Color Dare Color Challenge. So those are my three favorite challenges to do and to put together. I love to put the Color Dare with both of the card and the sketchy challenges. So here we go. The paper that I'm using is from our new core catalog, and this is a new concept that we're doing. It's seasonal paper, so this is called the 4 Seasons. So of course we've got 4 different packages of paper, and of course this is autumn. So I always get the paper and the stickers when I'm buying a paper package, because our stickers are really, really wonderful, and they can make making cards, making scrapbook pages so much easier. You've got, little embellishments, you've got borders, you've got titles. Here's the paper and the flip sides of each of the patterns. And I love this tweed, and there's my favorite paper. So that's the one we're going to use for the sketch challenge. But I love that really strong wood one. Boy, that's really, really cool looking. A lot of depth to it. So first of all, I'm going to, I love that nectarine one too. And I like the tone on tone with it. That would also have been good for this challenge. But I'm going to go ahead and cut off the zip strips, because the challenge has 2 borders on either side of the picture grouping. And so don't you love that? Little pine cones and acorns with little bitty sunflowers. So I'm going to go ahead and get those off, and I might as well take these off while I'm there. So I like that one, but this is going to be a busy layout, so I don't want to use the stripes. They have a little bit too much action in them. Now I love this paper. This is a very fine line. It's kind of hard to tell because it's doing a moire pattern here on my screen. And I love the flip side that has that nice plaid that would be really good with boy pictures. It's a nice masculine looking plaid. And so I'm going to go ahead and put my papers back so they don't get out of sorts and get mixed up with other papers. So here we go. Let me put my there. So I'm wondering whether I should put the centerpiece there. But I decided that I would, and then I wouldn't, and then I decided to go ahead and cut the piece of cardstock, the 12 by 12 white daisy, and do a 6-inch piece. And that will make just placing everything a whole lot easier. So I'm going to cut it right there at 6. So it's getting cut exactly in half. Set that aside. And then I'm using my Versamat, my Closetomyheart Versamat. I'm going to put a little tack in each corner, each of the top corners, so the paper doesn't shift around. Sorry about the hair. I'm trying to get adjusted to the new placement of the camera, so I think I'm going to have to move my table forward and get my hair out of the picture. So there we are. We've got 3 inches on either side of the paper, and I'm going to go ahead and put this mocha dotted zip strip on either side to just kind of highlight the picture grouping that's going to go in there. And they're showing a scallop, but I kind of decided that the acorn and pine cone kind of visually makes its own little scallop. So I could have used a a border cut on it, but I decided not to and to just make it super simple here. So all I'm doing is butting up the zip strip to that piece of white daisy. Super simple. I really like this paper. It kind of reminds me of the crisp air, but the leaves are bigger and it's just a little bit different, but so perfect for doing autumn pictures. And you know, in Texas, at least in this area, okay, I see that I left a little bit of the pattern here, right? So I didn't get a perfect cut. And so I'm using my microchip scissors. So these are Teflon coated, nothing sticks to them, and super sharp and super precise. So you can cut off a hairline like this and actually get it in one piece if you want, just for the challenge. But it's just so easy to cut this super fine stuff with these little scissors. One of the all-time favorite tools. So here we go. And you can see that there's acorns on the paper. And some pine cones too. So we're just kind of repeating that pattern. So what is good? Now you could put 4x6 pictures on that centerpiece. They have 3x4s, so you have more pictures, but you're going to have to crop your pictures. So I'm going to go ahead and put the 3x4s down. So you could have 2 4x6s and 1 3x4 at the bottom if you wanted to, and you just wouldn't put the little title that's in the middle there on the left-hand side. So you just wouldn't have that. Not a big deal because we're going to put a title over to the side. So I like this fall bucket list, and we can use that as just our journaling. And I'm going to trim some of that white, excess white off of there to show some of that pretty paprika. Picture my life cards, that's what they are. Couldn't think of them. So I'm using the Crisp Air Picture My Life cards with the Autumn Four Seasons paper, and they go perfectly. So it works, you know, really, really well with this. And the Picture My Life cards, if you're not getting them, I tell you what, they will make your life easier for not a lot of money. So those are 2 Picture My Life cards. So if I just cut off a tad all around, then I can use the other one for a frame. And it picks up the paprika that's in the leaves. So I really like that. Now I could have taken off the whole line and the little pretend washi tape up at the top there, but I didn't. So that is going to go right there in the corner. And then I'm just going to go ahead and put my placement, photo placement cards there so I know what size to crop my pictures at. So I like using these just as a reminder because I don't usually put pictures on right away. It's usually an after thing. So that's why you always see me putting these here. And it's a little early for me to be getting my fall pictures. I'll try to talk Philip into coming to the Arboretum, the Dallas Arboretum, because the fall color that you get at the Arboretum is just spectacular. So there's another Picture My Life card. And I'm going to go ahead and use one of these little bitty titles there. I like that one, but it just doesn't go well on that. And I do like this because it's small and it says, "It's fall, y'all." Perfect for Texas, right? Or any southern state. Because we sure never said that in New York. I can tell you. just going to put the little grouping of 3 hearts. See, all these cute little things are on this sticker page. There's little leaves, and there's little banner strips that are already cut for you, a bunch of borders. And look at how perfect that is for like a little bitty title. Now you could use that for a 3x4 picture. So keep that in mind. You don't have to have that there. And I am going to use, these are like my favorite things here. These, I like that little journaling wreath there. That's really cute. So I was looking at this and I was thinking, you know, it's autumn leaves and pumpkins, please. But it just doesn't stick out enough. You know, I could have gotten some mocha paper and cut it out. But it's just not quite right for that. And so they have this one called Thankful and Blessed. And so I'm going to put that. Just looking at all the pretty things here. The other thing I want to do, I always like to have a place for my date. And so I'm going to use one of these little strips that it's like a little tab. So that is the place to put your date. Or place if you want. It's up to you. But I would put the date there myself. Now, because we did this whole rearranging, I ended up cleaning off my video desk and everything in my club room and in my office. So I've been really busy. And this all started. Now, I tell you what, somehow I missed videoing the leaves. So I'm going to do another leaf and show you exactly what I did. Having trouble getting adjusted here. So these leaves and the veins are from a thin cut called Layered Leaves. It is not available any longer, but we do have another leaf with veins, a thin cut, out on the website that could be used instead of this. Similar shaped leaves like maple leaves and what have you. So, but what I'm doing is I'm using 3 colors that blend with the paper, and they're my distressed oxides. So these are the layered, the thin cut that I used. And I had these in a pile of things that I had cut and just didn't use, and so they were in my little stash of shapes that were cut. So I decided, well, let's go ahead and use it. This is the perfect time to use these leaves. And so this is the fossilized amber distressed oxide. And I'm going to go ahead and cover the entire leaf in the yellow. And then I'm going to come with, this is the spiced marmalade, and kind of add some orange to the leaf, leaving some yellow. And then I'm going to come back with vintage photo and go around the edges. And I'm using mostly these domed pieces that Velcro onto my little stick there. And they work really well. I like the domes rather than just the flat sponges. But that top one was a flat sponge. So I'm darkening this, the veins of the leaf, and just putting a tad of the liquid glue on there. But I just wanted to darken them a little bit, just to add a little depth of color to them. So I'm just dotting this around, because you don't need a lot to hold this on. Easier to place it down with tweezers and to scooch it around. And so there we have a leaf. So that's what I did with the other 2 leaves that I'll show you in just a minute. And I'm working off of my craft mat that you can clean up so easily. So it's just super. All you need is a tissue or a wet wipe to just wipe everything off. And it just comes off as easy as it goes on. So, and then you just roll it up and put it out of the way. So those are the 2 leaves that I did. And look at that, They're perfect shaped for the leaves that are on the paper. And I thought, well, I was just going to show you this, how I did those leaves, but I might as well put it on there with it, because there's also, I don't know if this is looks like a maple leaf to me. So I'm going to go ahead and have one of those on there. And I'm going to put it right down there. But I love mixing the colors with the distressed oxides because they just blend beautifully. And this is not watercolor paper. It's just regular old white cardstock. And they still just blend beautifully. It's such a creamy paint or ink, whatever it is. So anyway, there's my page. And I like the way it came out. I'm very happy with it. So if you haven't subscribed to me, please subscribe and please leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And if you haven't tried the sketches from the Creative Scrapbooker Sketch Challenge on their Facebook page, go ahead and do it. Anybody can put them out there. So, and I think they're always really good sketches. So you could turn this into a 2-page or 2 if you wanted to. So thanks for watching. Bye now.
Hi, I'm Dorothy Smith. Thanks for watching my video, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel and learn along with me. Thanks. Bye-bye.